This is an Audi RS7. It's got a twin-turbocharged 4-litre V8 that puts out 552 brake horsepower. Left alone, it'll get to 62 miles an hour in 3.9 seconds and go on to a limited 155 miles an hour. In other words, it's supercar quick. And in a little while, I'm going to try and set a lap time in it that a properly quick racing driver would be proud of, which is quite a big ask because I'm not a racing driver. Nor have I ever driven at the Ascari Race Circuit, nor have I ever driven the RS7 before. So why am I doing this? Because Audi's invited me out to Spain to compete in a unique challenge. They want to see if I can beat that. That is also an RS7 with identical power and performance to the car I'll be driving. And I'll be up against a driver capable of machine-like precision and speed. That's because the driver is a machine. This car may be fitted with a steering wheel, pedals and gear shift, but it doesn't need anybody to operate them. That car drives itself. Yes, it's totally autonomous, and provided it's been pre-programmed with details of the location, can take itself off for a very high-speed spin. Not surprisingly, there's a lot of clever technology keeping the RS7 on the road and out of hedges. For starters, there are 3D cameras that compare the view from the car with a database of known reference points, so the car can see if it's where it should be. There are ultrasonic parking-style sensors around the car to detect nearby objects. There are radar and laser scanning systems that look for trouble up to 250 metres ahead. And finally, there's a GPS system that knows the car's position to within 1 centimetre. But information's no good if you don't know what to do with it. Fortunately, the RS7 has a very big brain here in the big boot, which then decides whether to accelerate, brake, or steer the car. So does this frighten me? Well, I'll tell you in a few minutes, because it is about to take me for a drive. Accompanying me on my autonomous leap of faith is Audi test engineer Peter Bergmiller. He's only there because I'm there. Think of him then as an emergency override. This is a very surreal situation. My job is to drive cars normally, not be driven. Audi are so confident in their technology that the car will set a lap time on its very first attempt.
I press the button.
Should we do this?
Car goes away.
Crikey, Mikey. So, just so everyone knows, I am not driving this car, and neither is Peter. Peter's feet are definitely not touching the controls, and obviously his hands are not touching either. We are going fast, and it is a little bit dicey.
Do you feel the car slipping?
Well, yeah. We did a
And
little trip.
stabilizing itself?
We just did a four-wheel slide without anyone driving.
The car learns from this. Now it knows that it's very wet.
Incredibly, rather than just following a preset pattern, the computer adapts its driving style to suit the conditions, just like a real human would. This car is trying hard. That still doesn't make me feel at ease though. Oh man, this is weird. The little red switch in Peter's right hand disengages all of the automatic functions so he can regain control. If that became necessary, then something pretty bad would have been happening, and at the speeds we were doing, he'd have needed lightning reactions to keep us on the tarmac. This thing in testing has done 150 miles per hour, which is fast when there's no one really driving it. Well, no one with a beating heart and real eyes. Despite the wet conditions, Robo Audi put in a time of 2 minutes 15.9 seconds. The car had clearly been on the limit, so I knew I had to deliver something very special to beat it. As I headed back to the circuit in the human-operated version, cheery news, it was raining even harder. I've got no idea what the shape of the circuit is like. Hence why I'm going out with the pace car in front. I'd get just 2 laps to learn the track and get a feel for the car, and then just 1 chance to set a time. Oh my goodness, that is 4 wheels sliding. The RS7 might benefit from permanent 4-wheel drive, but there's a limit to the grip it can offer, particularly when you're in a 2-ton car with north of 500 horsepower under your right foot. This wakes you up. You don't need coffee when you're on Ascari in an RS7. Trust me, I'm twitching. Unlike my automated counterpart, I didn't come with a built-in GPS system or a pre-programmed map of the circuit. I had to find my own racing line the hard way.
I got that apex completely wrong because I'm a fool and I'm a human.
Before I knew it, my practice session was over and the time had come for my fast lap. This was it. Man versus machine.
3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do this. Okay, a little bit frisky. I'm spitting, it's making me concentrate so hard. Full chat now, 6,000 RPM. That is extremely slippery, that corner. I keep forgetting to breathe. It's really raining now.
At 2.5 miles, the Ascari circuit is long and difficult to remember. And to make my life even more awkward, it was raining harder on one side of the circuit than the other.
Concentrate, get the lines right.
I was now in the final few turns.
I just don't want to come off the road.
Could I put in a performance that would keep mankind on top, or were we about to see the rise of the Terminator?
Clammy, 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 clammy hands. That's exciting.
Remember the time I had to beat was 2 minutes 15.9 seconds. And somehow, I'd managed it by just 0.2 of a second.
So there you have it. I narrowly beat a driverless Audi. But if you think this technology is light years away from making it onto your daily driver, you might want to think again. In under 2 years' time, Audi says that its A8 model will have the ability to drive completely autonomously at speeds up to 37 miles an hour.
Oh, you should all be able to drive this. We should have government-run Saunders. Oh, I want one.